A little less than a year ago, I built this cutting board. Maybe you remember the video of the build. Ever since, I used the cutting board daily and totally used and abused it. I might have even forgotten it outdoors a few times, exposed to rain and the harsh desert sun. So I'm not surprised the board is in very bad condition. It's time to give the cutting board a new life and refurbish it to look like new. You like to see more? Follow me and lass uns anfangen.
There's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand.
Here's another closer look at the cutting board. You can see it's slightly bent and even has a crack down the middle. It has a bunch of knife marks all over and looks very dull and dry. To remove the crack and be able to straighten the board, I took it over to my miter saw and cut it in half, right down where the split is. You can also use a table saw to do this. The straight cut of the blade makes the two board pieces fit together perfectly. Make sure there is no gap in between the seam, otherwise you won't end up with a clean glue up. Before I got to the glue up, I noticed I forgot to remove the old legs. I disposed them since they look pretty used and will replace them with new ones later. For the glue up, I'm using Tide Bond 3 glue. I spread the glue on both sides of the board to make sure I have enough and don't miss out any spots. I lined up the two pieces and tightened the clamps. I used two additional pipe clamps for the middle, since the other clamps are being used for another project currently. Then I let the glue dry overnight. Remember that router sled that we recently built? This will be the perfect tool to easily level the surface and take off a layer of the old scratched up wood. You could also use a planer or a CNC machine to level the surface. However, this one is the cheapest and easiest method to do so. Use a surfacing bit and move the router back and forth. Perfect. Before I leveled the cutting board on the opposite side, I took it over to the CNC machine to deepen the juice groove. I also updated the way I cut the juice groove to a more modern style. I waited to level the cutting board surface since sometimes it's a little difficult to find the exact path of the bit. So I didn't want to risk cutting a wrong juice groove and then have to take off more of the surface than I want to. You don't need a CNC machine to cut a juice groove. You can use a hand router to do so as well, as I did in a previous video. The previous juice groove was more of a round style. This one has a flat bottom and slightly rounded over corners. And now, since the juice groove was cut, I took it back to the router sled to take off a few more millimeters of the old wood. In case you missed the video of the router sled build, I will link it on the screen and in the description below, so you can build your own. It's a great and affordable tool to add to your workshop, and you can get a lot of use out of it. Those kind of router sleds can get really pricey when you buy them ready built, so it's really worth it to make your own, for a fraction of the cost. This looks so much better already. And now you know what time it is. It's time for a good sand. So let's put on some good music and let's have some fun with it. And again, I misplaced my protective glasses. I always seem to lose them. Oh, there they are. There's one more rough spot to go over, and then I used my hand trimmer to chamfer the edges of the board. One important step before we are done with the sanding is to raise the grain of the board before applying the finish. This makes the finish much smoother. I applied some water with the help of a spray bottle and then let that dry. Once the board was dry, I sanded it one more time with the last grit sandpaper. And then I hand sanded the grooves. I started with 180 grit sandpaper and then went over it one more time with a 220 grit. For the legs, I'm just using some standard rubber legs for cutting boards. Since the holes were already pre-drilled from the old legs, I did not have to pre-drill the holes again, and I just attached them to the same holes. I always keep a few boxes of different sizes of rubber legs in my supply cabinet. It's a good thing to have on hand. The exact ones I'm using here I will link in the description below. I usually get them off Amazon. And then it's time for the finish. I'm using MeikeMade liquid hydration wood oil. I put on a good amount and rub it into the wood. I let the wood soak in as much as it wants. Once I applied an excess amount, I like to let the wood sit so it can soak in as much as it can. Then I come back and take off any excess and finish the board off with Moose Magoose wood butter for a silky smooth, food-safe finish. And we are fertig! Wow, I almost forgot how beautiful this board was before. I absolutely love the refreshed look of it. It looks like a brand new board. I'm also very happy with the updated style of the juice groove. What a great and simple way to give cutting boards a second life. Please like, comment and subscribe. If you have not done so, please click the bell button to get notified of new videos. If you can, please join my Patreon. That helps me create more videos. See you next Friday. Tschüss!